Hi everybody, it's Elizabeth Sweetwater here and welcome to our tutorial on how to create a fabulous 40s style jersey retro dress. In this video we'll guide you through the steps of creating your own timeless garment, perfect for adding a touch of vintage flair to your wardrobe. Let's get started. If you use a fabric that's very thin or curls up, iron a narrow strip of fusible interlining along the fabric edge where you will gather. Indicate the points where to gather and transfer all the other markings on the fabric. Stitch 2 lines between the indicated points on the front shoulder, front waist, top back and the bottom of the sleeves in case you're making the puffy sleeve. Secure one end. Gently pull on both threads so that the fabric gathers. Keep gathering until it fits between the two marks of the to be attached piece. Pin and sew the top of the front piece to the yoke and repeat for bottom of the top that connects to the waistband. Before top stitching the shoulder, optionally cut the seam left and right of the gathered area so the seam can be ironed open. Top stitch on 1/2 centimeter from the edge. Pin and sew the V-shaped ends of the neckbands together. Thin out the corners, then fold the band in half widthwise and cut away the corner in the middle. This thins out the seam in the center of the V. Iron open the seams. Fold the band in half widthwise and iron flat. Optionally, sew the 2 layers of the folded neckband together. This way both layers will stay in place. Indicate with pins the shoulder points. Draw a line mid-front with a water-soluble marker. Also indicate at the seam allowance a few centimeters left and right of this line. Hold and turn so the band sits along the neckline. Baste a few centimeters, starting from the crossing point. Now turn the band to the other side and baste about 5 to 6 centimeters in the other direction. Once both sides are basted, fold back to see if the V is inserted neatly. Once satisfied with the result, pin the rest of the neckband to the neck. Pin the cutting marks to the shoulder seams first. First pin the 2 pins together, indicating the middle of the neck. If you pin on the inside, you can just follow the stitch line. Once it's pinned, you can sew the back yoke lining to the neck. Finish the edge of the V-neck with the overlock machine. Continue sewing until a few centimeters under the facing. Fold the facing part in 1 centimeter and line up both middle points. Pinch with your thumb and index finger the seams together. Turn inside out so you can reach the seam. Pin the seam starting from mid-back. Sew the seam up to halfway. Turn and repeat for the other side. Again, indicate the middle of both the bottom of the front piece as the middle of the waistband lining with a pin. Pin and sew the right side of the lining waistband against the inside of the front part. Start from the center. Top stitch on 1/2 centimeter from the edge. And top stitch the seam of the back yoke. Pin the sleeves into the sleeve opening using the markings on the pattern. Sew the sleeve into the armhole with the overlock machine. Pin and sew the pocket lining part against the pocket opening part with the right sides together. Press open the seam. Fold the pocket lining part to the back. Top stitch on 1/2 centimeter from the edge. Pin the pocket part against the pocket lining part with the right sides together. Now sew the pocket parts together with the overlock machine. Pin and sew the top parts to the skirt parts. Make sure the layers of the pocket and waistband are sewn together. Fold over the tie parts with the right sides together and sew all around. Leave the short straight end open. Thin out the corners and iron open the seams. Then turn inside out, press and top stitch. Finish the waist seam with the overlock machine and top stitch the edge. Pin and sew the open ends of the tie parts in the middle of the waistband. Close the side seams with the overlock machine and also finish the edge with the overlocker. Fold over and pin a 2 centimeter hem. Sew the hem with the sewing machine. Pin and sew the seams of the cuffs and iron them open. Thin out the corners and fold over widthwise. With a pin indicate the middle of the cuff and also the middle of the sleeve. Pin the cuff into the sleeve opening. First pin the middle of the cuff to the middle of the sleeve opening. Sew the cuff with the sewing machine first and then finish the seam with the overlock machine. the cuff once it's finished. Attach the buttons and place a small piece of fabric on the inside for security. Congratulations on completing your fabulous 40s style jersey retro dress. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more DIY sewing tips. Until next time, stay chic.